You always have that sense of insecurity that your business is not going to last, or maybe that 1 week or that 1 month or that one detail was just a fluke, and the next one that you get is not going to be that much, or the next week is not going to be as good, or the next month it's not going to happen again. Welcome back to the Detailing Business Class podcast, where you'll learn proven tactics and strategies on sales, marketing, and operations to grow your business. I'm your host, Oscar Gill, and my goal is to elevate you as a detailer and business owner to the next level. In today's podcast episode, we're going to talk about why you need to be content and grateful with where you are today, and how I specifically reflect on myself to continue to grow my business. And if you are interested in seeing how I grew my detailing business to over $10,000 per month in my detailing business, then you can click the link in the show notes, or if you're watching this on YouTube, in the description box, or go to detailclass.com and sign up for the free training where I take you through the whole process of how I started back in 2011, how I went from a struggling detailer to a booked out detailer, and how we continue to grow our business and schedule customers with our different marketing channels. You can find the whole process, how we grow our business, the marketing, by going to detailclass.com. Let's go ahead and get started with this episode. And welcome back to another podcast episode. Glad to have you here on another episode of the Detailing Business Class podcast. I really do appreciate every single person that listens to this podcast. I try to do my best to give you the most, honest answers or information that I can based on my experiences, and my job or my goal is to just help you take that next step forward, whatever that means, right? Whether you just want to go get your first job on the weekend, or you want to get to $15,000 a month, I just want to help you get one step closer to your goals. And today, doing a solo episode, don't really do those many anymore, but today we're gonna talk about just what it takes to grow, or not grow your business, but to have the mental strength to endure the next step in your journey. And I say that very vaguely, right? Because it just depends where you are in your business. Someone just getting started is completely different than their fourth year full time with a team going to their next shop, right? Those are two completely different things. But regardless of where that is, though, nothing really changes in terms of how you feel about your business, the stress or anxiety that you put upon yourself, or the level of work that you put in, right? A while ago, there's a podcast clip that I uploaded on TikTok and Instagram that talked about how back then I got super excited over like a $700 detail. But now when we book like a $1,400 detail, it's just a part of the system now. And it's just, it's time, let's knock it out. And a lot of the comments there, and they weren't negative, they were just kind of, pointing something out that they thought they saw. But it was kind of misconstrued, because a lot of the comments were saying, "Oh, this guy isn't passionate anymore. He doesn't like what he does anymore. He's kind of, he's no longer trying to grow his business, or he's kind of tapped out already." And what I mean by, like, it doesn't matter at what level that you are, is because if you're barely trying to get your first $1,000, you will work the same there than you will when you're trying to make your first $100,000, right? And what I mean by that is that when you're trying to make your first $1,000, you might have this sensation that you're not doing enough, that you're not moving fast enough, that everyone is ahead of you, that your business might fail, that you don't know what you're doing. And let's say when you're trying to make your first $100,000, right? Or let's say you're trying to get to, whatever, $10,000 a month, you're going to have the same notions of you're not working hard enough, you're not working fast enough, your business is going to fail, there's others doing better than you. If you're trying to get to your first, $500,000, I haven't got there, but let's say $500,000, guess what? You're not working hard enough, you're not working fast enough, other people are doing it better than you, your business is going to fail. So it doesn't matter where you are in your business, because the same feelings, the same thoughts, the same everything are still there. Now you might be saying, "Oh no, Oscar, if I was making $10,000 a month, like I wouldn't have the feeling that I'm having right now when I'm just trying to make my first 1,000. And that's just false, because you always have that sense of insecurity that your business is not going to last, or maybe that 1 week or that 1 month or that one detail was just a fluke, and the next one that you get is not going to be that much, or the next week it's not going to be as good, or the next month it's not going to happen again. And I'm not trying to talk like this in a sense of insecurity or pessimistic, like being pessimistic, but it's just the reality of what a lot of us will face, right? Because those feelings are always going to be there, but it's how you react and control your reaction to those, right? So, it, you know, one could there could be two. All right, right, think about like a multiverse, right? There's an endless amount of infinite possibilities that can happen. But if there's one person that'll have those feelings, they're not working hard enough, not fast enough, they aren't getting the results that they want, and they'll get stressed out, they'll get burnt out, and they'll quit. And then there'll be another person, same feeling, same everything, but they push forward and they're able to overcome and continue to grow their business. And what I'm telling you here is that like from day one, you'll never have it right. You will go through multiple iterations as a human, right? And I say that again, I say that term very loosely. Not just as a human of who you are, but as a human as how you look at your business, how you look at life, how you are as a brother, sister, husband, wife, whoever you are, right? As you grow, it'll trickle down into your business, or the way you operate in your business will trickle down into your personal life. And like it's not all sunshine and rainbows. I hope a lot of people look at me right now and they're like, oh man, this guy has it figured out. He must be so confident. He must he must have it pretty easy at this point. And the truth of the matter is like, it's not. It never gets easy to anyone because you never know what's going to happen, right? You might say, oh, well, he's getting views on YouTube. Oh, well, he has an Instagram. Oh, well, he has a team. Oh, well, he gets customers. And even with all that, right, there's still the sense of like, but will it last, right? Is this a fluke? What if something happens that tears everything apart? Right? And again, I'm not saying this in a pessimistic way. I'm just saying everyone goes through these emotions, through these thoughts. Because it's not like we're at a job where it's like, oh yeah, like, the company makes whatever money. Like, I'm just getting a check every week. Like it's not that. And it's like, if I make a few wrong decisions, that can easily send us down somewhere we don't want to go. Right? And it's like every day, for you, right? Generally speaking, but every day you feel like, man, I'm not doing enough. Man, I need to work a bit harder. Man, I need to stay up a little later. I need to get up a little earlier. Nah, I need to do a little bit more. And with that kind of mentality, which is great, don't get me wrong, but depending on where you are in life, you really have to have detachment from that. And what I mean by that is there's an infinite amount of possibilities. So if you are 19 years old, living at home with no mortgage, no bills, no kid, your threshold of what you can do is much higher and much tolerable because you're a kid. Whereas if you're 37 years old, 43 years old, with a mortgage, with a family, you can't work those long hours. Because why? You just have so many other responsibilities. So you have to be able to detach. So the way I look at it is like, you will attack when you have to attack, meaning work hard, do what you can, get after it, and then detach when you need to detach, right? You need to have that dichotomy between turn on the switch, go. Turn off the switch, rest, or don't worry about business. Because one thing I've really been trying to focus on is understanding that, like, for me, the work is always going to be there, right? Like, if I don't pay attention to this, I will easily work 10 to 14 hour days, Monday through Sunday, no break. And I will make an excuse for every single thing on why I can't go do that because there's work to be done. Like easily, no problem. But then you zoom out and you look at the next 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. And then you ask yourself, well, if I miss this one day or if I take a break half day, what does that impact big picture? And 10 out of 10 times, not much, right? So for me, what I like to have is like, and there's no specific pattern. I don't really, subscribe to the idea of like balance, right? Of like, do 50% work and 50% life, or, that's not the kind of balance that I kind of have in mind, because there's still a balance, just not in the way of like percentage splits, right? Where it's 50-50. It just, when I need to work and when it's time to work and when I'm inspired and fueled to work, I work. But when it's time, when there's an event or a time where I just need the break, I'll take a break, right? So let's say Monday through Thursday, or let's call it Monday through Friday, it's just full dog mode, 10 to 14 hour days, right? And then the weekend comes by, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to work at all. I'm not going to touch anything. I won't respond to emails. And even if a problem develops at some point in the weekend, I'll get to it Monday. Monday comes around. Okay, boom, full force, all the way, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m., just go. And again, for me, that's balance for me. Because another way that I not mitigate, but what I also do throughout that week is like I include personal life in my business, which is why I always talk about the gym, because the gym plays such a crucial role in how I'm able to fuse everything together. And not just the gym, but the shop in general, right? Because Caesar, which has Symphony Advertising, which he leases one of the offices in the warehouse, that's my brother. And I get to see him every day. Like, just flat out, how many people get to see their brother every single day? And always, like, just being realistic, right? Like, if I didn't have the shop, if I didn't have the office, how often would I actually see him? Very minimal, right? Don't get me wrong, like, we'd still see each other, but not to the extent of what I see him now, because I get to see him every single day and talk to him every single day. Same thing with the shop. Today we're gonna have Danny and my other friend Gian come over on top of Lex and Angel working out here. So that's me, Angel, Lex, Danny, Gian. That's 5 people working out in the gym, just having a good time, right? And I don't have to go anywhere. I don't at 5 o'clock when they get here, I could just turn off, take some pre-workout, change, and start working out, right? And it's just like what can I do to continue that pattern of doing things here at the shop that allows me to bring more personal into my bubble, But for you, like, depending on where you are with your business, it's very easy to think that you're not doing enough, that there's more to be done. And it's like, and it's kind of, it's weird to say, because there's no way you'll know what is enough or what's not enough until you've gone through it. Because in the early days, I remember, like, in the early days, like, absolutely nothing would stop me from working. And in the early days, I literally mean like 2011 to 2015, like, every day was just like, nope, don't bother me with anything. I am working. Nope, I can't do that. I am working. Nope, I cannot do that. I'm working. You want me to go? Nope, I can't. I'm working. And again, like, if I wasn't like that, would I still be in the same place that I am now? Grand scheme of things, I think so. I don't think missing a few days here and there would have really impacted me in any way. And you see some interviews online from other business owners, and a thing that they always reference is like, yeah, it was cool, but I don't think I have to work that much to get to where I needed to be, right? And again, it's hard to say that just because, like, I'm still in, like, all of us are still in the weeds every single day. And don't get me wrong, when I say I'm working, like, I enjoy all of this. I enjoy being on my laptop. I enjoy making videos. I enjoy detailing with our team. I enjoy being here. The reason why I'm so fueled to do this every single day, and why I feel like I have to work every day, just is not work. Like, I enjoy doing all of this. It's so fun and amazing, although stressful sometimes, to do what we're doing. It's just it's such an exciting thing of what I do in my life, right? Like, I don't get the same, like, I don't have to go on vacation somewhere or go do this thing to get the same excitement that I get from here of, like, building a brand and like trying to impact people's lives. And, like, I get the excitement whether I'm, going somewhere, doing something, or I'm here working on what we're doing, So, like, to me, it's the same level of excitement, because, like, it just, like, I'm super passionate about what I'm doing. But that in itself can be a negative thing if you don't watch out, because then what happens over the next 3 years, call it 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, you'll blink and you'll be like, all I've been doing is working. And again, not that that's wrong, but again, you have to have that dichotomy between when you're working and when you're just enjoying life. And by enjoying life, again, I don't mean a vacation. I don't mean you're gonna go out and travel the world. I just mean, like, hey, slow it down for half a day, go out to eat with your family, or go spend time with your girlfriend, whatever, and just kind of appreciate where you are, right? Because there's one thing I've been saying as of recently is that, like, you can be happy. In order for you to be happy, how did I say it? I just came up with it, so it's been I haven't remembered it perfectly, but it's basically is you can't be happy without being grateful, but you can be grateful without being happy. And basically, what I'm getting at, though, is that, like, wherever you are in your business, and I know all of us want a bigger business. You ask anyone if they're making $5,000 a month, $15,000 a month, or $35,000 a month. Are you happy with your business? Of course I am, but I'd like more. Everyone wants more for their business. Everyone wants to make more money. Everyone. It's okay. But that doesn't mean you can't be grateful for where you are right now. Even if you're not hitting your goals, even if you're not like where you thought you'd be at the given time, you could still be grateful and content with you as a human and where you are in life, right? Because then you don't want to add so much stress to where you think you're falling behind everyone, that everyone else is doing better than you, that everyone else is more successful than you. Because most often than not, it's not the case. You are just like everyone else in a good way, to where you're struggling, they're struggling. You're happy, everyone else is happy. But if you have that mindset saying, oh, why is nothing working out for me, but everything else is working out for everyone else? That's a bad mindset to have. So when I say you have to be grateful and happy, just like, yeah, even if things aren't going your way, you still need to be grateful. And you're saying, well, what am I to be grateful of? Like if things aren't going my way, but you're still alive, you're still breathing, right? You still got a car, you got food in you, you can go to Chick-fil-A and get some food. Like there's still plenty of things to be. So I'm not saying like, oh yeah, I'm grateful that I missed my goals. Like no, it's just you got to understand like it's just not healthy to come from a mental standpoint of thinking you're not enough. So my goal for this episode was to keep it short and sweet, and I think I achieved that. I'm gonna go ahead and end it right there. Let me know what you thought of this episode. You can send me a DM. Again, I'm sorry if I don't reply to your DM. It gets a bit difficult to reply to so many, but if you do send me one, I 98% of the time will read it. I might not respond to it, but I will read it, and that'll eventually make me create some kind of Instagram post, podcast, YouTube video, something out of that piece of content. So please don't ever shy away or don't send, I encourage you to send me a DM. I might not read it. I might not reply to it, but I will definitely read it. And that helps me continue to create the content based on what you guys are looking for. Thank you very much. And I'll talk to you on the next episode.